for doing their job.
She giving no praise. Like, oh, she is protective. Because being a kind of friendly, but yeah, she's protective still. She's still a dog at the end of the day. Girl, look at you. You so ashy. No, this is dirt. Oh, girl, you
Don't make
so
it any
dirty.
better.
Right. Now you're dirty. You're not even ashy no more. You just dirty. I'm just playing. Yeah, baby. You look dirty though. Go ahead. Go high five.
This isn't ash. This is dirt.
I don't want to call her dirty because she's not dirty. But then again, physically, you're actually dirty. You got dirt on you.
Legally.
That's my baby. That's my
it's not ash. It's dirt.
baby. Like that makes it better.
It's not better.
All right, what are we talking about today?
It's Cousins Unleashed.
We need to really make a theme song.
No, that's gonna be the theme. It's just me laughing and then doing that, and then Cousins.
I'm done.
Today we are talking. Hi, I'm Tia.
Toya.
Today we're talking about not being afraid to start over.
What's funny?
Because I've started over so many daggone times. It's funny at this
point. No, for real.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, man, starting over is really a mind thing.
It's a mind thing, and it's a hard life thing, and it sucks. Yeah. Freaking sucks. I'm laughing because it's just stupid. It's so dumb. I remember, so the first time that I had to start out, well, actually before that, is when I moved from California to Vegas. Culture shock. Huge culture shock. Because I'm from the south side of Stockton. I had one singular Caucasian friend. All the rest of my friends were Black and Hispanic. And then I moved to the east side of Vegas, like early 2000s, where there is nothing but Caucasian people, white people. So I'm like, huge culture shock. I remember that was the first time that I had to start over. And it wasn't by choice. Actually, I don't think starting over is ever your choice.
Sometimes.
I was like, no. Even as I said that, I was like, nope. Sometimes it is your choice, but a lot of times the heartbreaking part is when it's not your choice. When did you have to start over? That was your choice.
That was my choice when I moved from Cali to Vegas with just me and my son.
That's bold. That takes a lot of courage.
I had to get away from a whole lot of stuff, and it was just like, it's time for a change, a big change. So I was just like, forget it. Came out here, and then it's crazy because when I came out here, I had a car, and I was supposed to drive back to Cali just to drop my cousin off, and my car broke down right at the state line. So an old friend had to pick me up and bring us back to Vegas. So then I really had to officially start over as soon as touching down, basically. So I was in Summerlin at the time too. So it took a minute to actually build back up. And it took maybe 2 years of being out here. I finally got my first apartment. And when I got that first apartment, I was pregnant with my daughter.
Crazy how life be working.
So yeah, it was great. And then I went into labor probably 2 weeks later. So she was able to come back to
a home,
our house. I spent my whole pregnancy with an old friend house at her house, and then boom, it's like, yeah, forget it. I'm able to do so.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome how the Lord be working. He was like, yeah, you're gonna start over. I'm gonna give you something. No,
it was a struggle because I went from her house and then I ended up going to have to stay with grandma for a while, and I stayed with grandma while I was pregnant. And girl went back with her, and then eventually I was just like, okay, saved my money from working, got my apartment. I didn't do the maternity leave long, because I wasn't at that job long enough to get the maternity pay. So I was just like, 2 weeks up, that's enough. Go back to work.
Yep.
Go back to work. Yep. I was like, forget breastfeeding this time. Like, I gotta go back to work.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Look, she's fine. She's 9?
Real smart.
She's 9?
She's 9.
And she's fine.
Breastfed my son, but I didn't breastfeed my daughter. But hey.
That's a myth that kids are like, I don't know.
They get smarter from breastfeeding, but it's not true.
It is.
And I don't want to make this sound bad, but I didn't breastfeed my daughter, and she's smarter than my son, and I breastfed him. Call it what you want. I don't know, but it's a fact. It's a fact.
I'm just saying.
It's my kid.
I didn't breastfeed my daughter either. She was on formula from day one because my blood pressure was so daggone high. Like, my body was stressed out from having her that she was 90% formula. Like, I struggled to make breast milk. And homegirl, wicked smart.
Yeah, my godbaby's mom, she started breastfeeding, but she wasn't producing a lot, but it was enough. So it was just like breast milk formula. Like, she's only 3 weeks now. Okay. So she eventually just said, forget the breastfeeding.
Yeah, if it's gonna stress your body out, if it's stressing your body out, just go ahead.
No, for real, just go ahead. She was like, forget it. I said, at least you got some of the breast milk in her.
Look, I gave her as much as I could. Like, that's all I could do.
Hey, what can we do?
Exactly. It is what it is. I remember the two biggest times that I had to start over. The first time came by surprise. The second time, I procrastinated because I didn't want it to happen. Like, the first time I got divorced, came by surprise because it all happened super fast. And then I ended up having to literally just start over and just move back in with my mom. And then slowly but surely I started working and saving my own money. And then that's when I met my daughter's dad. And then it was good.
She said it like that because it's bad now.
It's not bad.
I wouldn't say bad.
It could be better. It's over. It could be better. We're divorced. He's my second divorce. That's the second time that I had to start over. That one, I actually prolonged the separation and the decision to make to get divorced because I was like, well, maybe we can try to work some.
It's always that. Oh, let's just try a little bit.
My daughter needs her dad in her life,
and that's where a lot of
all this stuff. And then, thankfully, I was like, I need to talk to somebody, and he's not trying to talk to me, so I need to go talk to somebody. So I went to therapy, and then she pulled the veil off and was like, your daughter will still have her father in her life, even if you guys aren't married.
Depending on if he chooses to be there.
I was like,
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Because either way, even if he doesn't choose to be there, she's still gonna have her mama, and she's gonna be good. So I was like, you right. So we got divorced, and then I moved back in with my mom, but I was still actively going to therapy and stuff. And so that was when I started making the decision of oh, my family's toxic too. Oh, I don't want to be around them either. It's the same thing that happened with oh boy. So I was like, okay, something's got to give. So kept working, finished school, and then that's when I was saving up. And the thing that kept me there was me being afraid as well, because I was afraid to not have anybody's support or help. And then my mom had this thing where she just loved to be like, well, where are you gonna find rent that's gonna be as cheap as this, and you'll never be able to find rent that good, and blah blah blah.
Girl, because you got Section 8, don't you?
Girl, first of all, we ain't even gonna get into the legalities of that. But okay, look, you rent the house and I'm paying you rent. Legally, that's illegal. But anyways, but then I came to the realization, I was like, oh, you know what? I don't have to pay rent as cheap as I think it was paying her $350 a month. for like a room that's probably smaller than the back room. Mm-hmm. I was like, I just need to make $500 more in order to pay for an apartment.
That part.
I was like, I can find $500 more in my paycheck to make this happen. And shoot, it's been over a year since I've talked to my family, and it's been great. I've been in my apartment for over a year, and I've been making it work. If you have to make sacrifices, you have to make sacrifices. But the fear of starting over, well, the faith that there's going to be something better for you should always trump the fear of what's going to happen.
Period.
That's my piece. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm good. But that's a huge thing, is like allowing fear to make you so terrified of what could happen that you're okay in tolerating the terribleness of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're going to always be sad.
No,
I'm like, you're going to always be sad. You're going to always feel hopeless and all of that stuff. Not to bring it down, but to bring
it's
it,
like, when
to make
are you
it
gonna
feel
get
real.
fed up and want to change.
That eventually you're going to get tired.
No, for real.
How long can you tolerate this before you get tired?
It's like, you already got tired, but when are you going to get fed up? Because a lot of people get tired and they still deal with it. It comes to that fed up part. Like, I'm fed up. Mm-hmm. I got to go. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I'm tired of being done.
But that's so true, though, because it's like, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
No, because like when you go through like traumatic things, or like abuse or neglect or even just basic disrespect, part of you wants that person to change. Another part of you is like afraid to see who, at least for me, I was afraid because I didn't know who I was, because I had lost myself in trying to help someone else.
Yeah,
so I don't know who I am without this person. Yeah, it's a thing. You start getting codependent. And so like my identity is being placed in you, and now you're being disrespectful to me and you're abusing me. So it's like a form of self-abuse, staying in that relationship, because I'm afraid to leave because I don't know what's going to happen if anyone else is going to want me if I don't know who I am. Right. I could keep going, but it's going to bring down
this struggle.
I'm like, but that's what it's like when you're in those situations that cause you to have to look at life of like, do I continue tolerating this, or do I have to make a change that's going to be a drastic change, and I don't know what's going to happen afterwards.
Right.
And then you had to make that decision. And once you make that decision, the decision is made. Once you make that decision, the decision is made. And then you learn how to grieve loss. Because grief is not just for somebody who died. It's for the loss of anything.
Yeah, true that. And
I feel like, speak Holy Spirit. Because the heartbreak you feel in the relationship when someone is abusing you or being disrespectful to you, and you place your identity in them, is you're grieving the loss of yourself. Like that literally just got downloaded into my brain.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I just be
That's good
talking.
though.
Look,
Period.
I just be talking. Thanks, therapy. Man, I've told my patients one time, I was like, the things I say to you guys, even though I talk a lot of crap, it's actually filtered. So you're welcome. Okay? Because it could be a lot worse. But I talk a lot of shit to my patients.
I know.
Oh, yeah, she came to my job one time and sat there for like, what was it, like 10, 15 minutes?
Oh, no, it was more than
Oh, it was longer than
that.
At
least
like
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was there for a good 30 minutes. I was even watching the patient's baby for a second.
No, I'm like, I talk a lot of shit to my patients. But they keep coming back. Technically, they have to.
They have to.
They're
Right.
on the treatment plan.
They love it. They love it.
They're on a treatment plan.
Man.
I might tell a joke, but I ain't gonna tell a lie, except to myself.
Oh yeah, we tend to sometimes by default. It happens. It happens.
Look, and that's what fear wants you to do. Tell lies to yourself.
No, for real. To keep
I'm
you from
excited
being
for you
better.
though. I'm excited for you though, because you started over and then you went to school and then now you're an esthetician. You be doing shit, and then literally the possibilities are endless of what you can do and where you can go.
Right.
And
Because
who
I was
you
literally
can
just sitting here like,
I'm excited.
I really got my first apartment at 25.
Exactly, girl.
At
Look,
25.
you making big girl moves.
You know how many times I moved
You
around
making big
and
girl
been with this person
moves.
and that person.
Exactly.
I'm just like,
You sitting there like the shit that I've been through. Holy, look.
No, for real. Going to Minnesota with my baby daddy.
See, look.
Before he became my baby daddy. Like, man, it was a mess. It was crazy.
You did it
crazy
though.
Life.
Look
Crazy
at you. Look at you.
Crazy life. And I go so hard to make sure I keep my own. Went from an apartment to another apartment to a house. I stayed in that house for maybe 3 months, and
I remember that house.
This house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Right.
It's okay for you to be proud of yourself.
It's stressful still though, but
it's stressful, yes, but it's okay.
I'm not going back
be
to
proud of
living
yourself.
with nobody.
Exactly.
I'm not going back.
Exactly.
So I gotta strive to keep afloat at least. Yeah.
But it's
now
okay
I'm in a position to let people
there.
stay with me, and I'm to my point where I'm about to stop doing that.
Boundaries.
I'm about to stop doing that. Like, You know how
this is your sanctuary.
You live a certain way, and other people don't live that way like you. Of course, I don't expect it to, right. Because I know how you was living before you stayed with me.
Exactly.
I know it was
I'm
a little messy or but whatever. But you stayed with me. Grace in my heart. Good friend. Never again.
You are. You are. Just because somebody
I say never again, but you know my heart.
Exactly. Just because somebody took your kindness for weakness doesn't mean that you stop being kind. You just don't be kind to that person. Well, in that way.
No, for real. You can still be I'm real close to cutting this one friend off now.
See? But that's called boundaries. Like, hey, look, I already told you what it was. I told you what I'm willing to accept. You did not want to fulfill that.
Right. I'm helping you with your change.
Exactly.
It's a big change for this person. I'm helping you. I don't have to help.
You don't.
Because don't nobody help me.
That's just being kind.
That's just being kind. Nobody helps me, but I'm here helping you. But when I do need a little bit of help, are you helping? No, but I'm still here helping. Yeah.
We're gonna pray for them and you. You're gonna be blessed.
Definitely pray for me. Definitely pray for me. Because
I already do.
I'm about to start cutting people off and just think to myself, it's like I don't even want new friends.
I get that.
But it's just like it's hard to say that because like the new friends could really be that life change, like my SD girls, that's my new circle, those my babies. So it's like they're not going nowhere. But outside of that, like It's hard to say. It's hard to say,
But it's a growing thing. It's
I
a
don't want to
growing
grow no
thing.
more. I just
Yes! You have to take the plant out of the pot,
no more.
put it into the ground so the roots can keep growing. Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes I think like, am I just put here to help because I have that good of a heart? Because I'm always helping,
You should take the gift test.
and I don't get the help, but I'm still willing to help this person until I get fed up. Like, okay, now you're taking too much advantage. Now you're doing too much.
But I shouldn't have to get to that point.
I shouldn't have to get to that point. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Don't take advantage of my kindness. If you want this treatment forever, learn to give back too. Show that you appreciate it and not just taking and taking and taking.
Right.
And that's just where I'm at. But sometimes I feel maybe I'm just here to help. I love animals. I'm always taking in animals. I'm always taking in people. Like this, what does it mean?
I don't know. I can't give you that answer. But like, you should take the gift test. Maybe that's one of your gifts. Because I know with my friends, we had took the gifts test, and my top 3 gifts are service, administration, and missionary. And I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, because I absolutely love taking care of people. Every single job that I've had, I wouldn't say McDonald's and Burger King are taking care of people. They don't count, but I fed the world. Like,
no, I do too, because that's why I did MA. I went to school for MA because my whole goal was to work at the hospice with the elders. That was my whole goal for that. But right when I graduated, I moved to Vegas. And then coming to Vegas, oh, we need 2 years experience. And I'm like, I'm a fresh graduate. I'm like, they're like, no. And then it's like, you know what? I had to just kind of like say, forget the medical. And I went into security. And the rest is history.
She said in the rest is history. Nevada with the medical is a lot. I was told the strictest in like all 50 states.
I see.
Like Nevada's very strict when it comes to
I'm a fresh graduate. I'm still willing to learn. You can mold me.
And they're like, well, we need you to complete this, and we need you. It's very strict.
Girl,
very strict.
Like, but hey, maybe it wasn't for me at that moment. I don't know.
You can always go back.
I thought about it, but I love waxing. Like, that right there is still helping people. It's still helping people.
It is. It's taking care of people, helping people take care of themselves.
No, for real.
Yeah. That's what happened to me, because like I've always wanted to be in medicine too. So I went to school for licensed practical nursing, and I think I just finished like my second semester, and it was only 3 semesters because that's how they like broke it up and stuff. I just finished my second semester, and that's when I like went through my first divorce, and then I ended up getting dropped from the program. And I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And then I ended up going back, going back and moving in with my mom. And then I ended up finding the job that I freaking loved so much. I love my job now, but it was working in a group home for mentally disabled individuals. And then I was like, I'm just gonna get my foot in however I can, because the school had like ended up getting rid of the nursing program, and I was like, well. So I was like, okay, well, medical assisting. And so then I went to school for medical assisting, and the rest is history. Because I've been at the job that I have now for 7 years. So
period.
The rest is literally history. But I'm like, that whole, yeah.
But you're doing your massage therapy too on the side.
Oh yeah. Well, I went back to school year 5 of being a chiro assistant, and got licensed for a massage. And then I've been massage therapist for 2 years, and then now chiro assistant for 7 years.
It's funny because I took massage therapy, but when I took it, Markel was still like in the newborn stage at that time. So I think I went there for like maybe two 2 to 3 months or something.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't finish. I couldn't keep a babysitter. He was still a newborn. So that kind of like just went down. But as he got older, I was able to do the medical assistant and actually finish that. Yeah. But yeah, that still went down the drain.
That's rough. And it's hard going to school with kids. That's a life.
It really
Lord have mercy. It's like I want to strive and be better for you. It's hard for me to do that with you here though. Like
no, for real. It is hard to move around with kids. Like I didn't have help with my kids, so it's like I made sure I had graveyard shifts at the beginning. Like for a minute, I had a little bit of help, but then it was just like, okay, graveyard, because y'all about to sleep while I'm gone, for sure. And I made sure I had cameras. My son was like up to age, but my daughter was still like a little young. But y'all about to go to sleep, Like okay, if I feel like you're not going to sleep on time, Zarbies, you're going to sleep. Make sure you're asleep while I'm gone.
I thought she said sorry.
Zarbies.
I thought she misspoke and said.
Zarbies is my shit. Yes. I love Zarbies. Yeah. Put them kids to sleep. Just a little bloop, 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 bloop. No, for real. If you want me to watch your kids and you know they bad, expect them to sleep with me because I'm Zarbie in the mud.
I'm Zarbie.
They get fed.
She's like legally.
They'll do all that.
It's not illegal.
When it's time for nap, I give you a certain amount just to make sure you get at least an hour. Nap. You're going to sleep.
Yeah. Not up in here. Yeah. Not up in. You ain't about to be running.
Oh, you want to be fussy? Oh yeah, you're going to sleep for the rest of the time until your mama. I ain't set up for that. But I did, but I didn't.
Right.
I had good kids. They didn't really cry.
Yeah, so. I didn't either. Kids are a huge life changer. We're going to talk about that another time. All right. We're going to wrap it up. All right. You guys have a good day. Deuces, gooses.